Good afternoon, welcome, it's Anna here. It's time to do a little bit more crafting in my Christmas junk journals. I'm gonna start with this one that I have started to call this Caroline. I don't know why, but it is a Caroline, and maybe it's one of these two pretty girls. Nothing much happened here. Maybe I didn't show this. This is a vintage Swedish post stamp, Christmas post stamp with a poinsettia and a few little labels from Tim Holtz. Put another little label on the back and the front. And the signatures are sewn in. And it's ready. I am getting ready to put in the end papers. But the signatures are sewn in. I love the profile here. And this is the end papers that I have chosen. And these are from something. Let me see. Scrapbooking papers from Authentic. Magical 6 is the collection, and I just thought that this green would go really well with the rest of the theme of the book. I have kept it to very much red, green and gold, and on this front end paper I have sewn on this little mini doily part of a tablecloth, stars, and maybe it's poinsettias, maybe it's not, but I thought it looked cute there. And on the back one I have not sewn on anything, so that can be blank. I have put in lots of pockets and stuff here, and I think this is all ready. It's not a gator mouth, but it's not far from it, so I am planning on putting in a permanent closure, and the permanent closure is going to be made out of this Christmas red sari silk, and I am just going to cut it into half. So I am getting my fold it in half. And I take out my scissors, and I don't cut, I just saw it. You can see it rips instead. That gives it a more ragged look. Let me just see which end I want to be on the outside. So I think I want to put it like this. So I'm going to start by putting the closure in, and then I'm going to put the end papers in. And I thought, why not take you with me? Because it's so boring to sit and craft all by myself. It's nice to have someone to chat to, and I have my coffee here in my Christmas mug. And outside it's snowing, so what else could we need? So I'm just going to use my Tim Holtz ruler, which has the 0 in the center, and get in the, just gonna measure, this is about an inch, so again I'm gonna get the center, and I am going to mark an inch on each side here, or half an inch on each side, and then I am going to glue this down on top of it. And I am going to use the Fabri-Tac for this one. Normally I wouldn't always use Fabri-Tac for sari silk, because sari silk is quite thin, and the Fabri-Tac can go through it, and Fabri-Tac dries clear. You know, it's shiny, so you can really see it through the ribbon. Making sure that sticks down properly. As you can see here, it's oozing through a bit, and that is what I expected, and that's why I wouldn't use it if I didn't have the end papers on top of it. So that is one. Let's flip through the other side. To the other side, not through. Where did I put my ruler? There it is. Oops, sorry for the banging. And I'm gonna do the same here. Once again, marking about 1/2 inch, and I also want to see how far in I put this, because they are the same, you know, the same length. So I wanted to about 2 inches in. And I want it about 2 inches in here as well. I'm gonna make a stop there, and yeah, that would be pretty. Getting a sip of coffee in between. Once again, using Fabri-Tac. So it's Thursday, and I'm having a day without headache, and it's so nice. Oh, I love days without headaches. And yes, I get a lot of headaches. I am actually chronic migraines. So is it called chronic? No, when you have it all the time. It's called something else in English. I just can't think of it right now. Yeah, so a headache-free day is a good day. There we go. Just going to see how that, yes, that is pretty. And I just realized something. I have a tab there, right where the bow is going to be, but that won't interfere. How good. Jolly good. So we have our closure in. Now let's put the end papers in. And for that, I'm not using Fabri-Tac. I am using the Collall bookbinders glue. Bookbinding glue. And this is almost finished. I have used it so much for the past months, and I've already bought a new jar, a bit bigger, so that I will have glue for the entire winter. And what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to get my... It's too much stuff here. I'm going to get this book out of the way for now. I'm going to move this one up here. And this is my glue paper. And I will start in the back. There we go. So I'm gonna just... Isn't that cute? I love the back side of it as well. But I thought that was too busy to use, so, and I have several left, so I can use it in something else. I'm just going to put plenty of glue on the back and plop it down. And I'm just going to make one last check to see how I want it to land. I want it to cover all of the old end papers, and I want it to, yeah, that will be perfect. Perfect, yes. So I'm just gonna start putting the glue on here. and I am using a silicone makeup brush, or not a makeup brush, it's a brush for putting on a face mask. And I'm using that to spread the glue as thinly as possible, still to get it all over the end papers, so there won't be any bubbles. Just need a bit more down here. Maybe this isn't the most effective way, but this is the way that I usually do it. And I got some on my hands, so I'm going to dry that off before I lift this up. Get rid of the glue papers so I don't glue something accidentally, and plop it down. And the real good thing about using the bookbinder glue is, or bookbinding glue, is that it gives you a few seconds to reposition it if you want. It doesn't stick right away. Then I'm using my little tool to really flatten this out to make sure there is no bubbles. And I have, of course, inked all around this as well with my distress ink, and I believe I used Vintage Photo, no, Gather Twigs, just to get a bit more vintage look and to get rid of the white paper core. So that is just fabulous. Yes. Oh, I love the colors, the Christmas colors. I just love them. So once again, just doing one last check on where I want it. About there, and this will stick out, and I don't mind that. That's cute. Did you see? I almost started gluing on my cutting mat, which would not have been a good idea. So once again, getting a sip of coffee in between before it gets cold. I love those mugs. They're from Greengate, a Danish company, but the downside of them is that the coffee gets cold quite quick, which is not the perfect thing to if you're doing crafting at the same time. But yeah, just have to remind myself to drink the coffee and not just have it standing beside me. I know that my Moomin mugs are better at keeping the heat, and I recently bought some cool glass cups to keep coffee in, and they have a double wall. They're doubled, so they are keep the coffee really hot for a long time. And I'm gonna start using them when I do my crafting, because that's when I forget my coffee. But otherwise, or when I'm reading as well, because I love to read, and when I read, I have a tendency to get lost in time. And right now I'm, of course, reading Christmas books. Christmas, not romance, but yeah, almost romance books. Feel good, that's the word. Christmas feel good. Watching Christmas movies and listening to Christmas audiobooks. I do everything to get in the Christmas spirit while doing my crafting in my Christmas journals, and they have to be finished soon, so if people are gonna get them before Christmas. So I do what I can and get rid of this and take this out, just trying to get hold in the opposite corners and try to plop it down. best I can. Yeah, that looks straight to me. Getting rid of that. That's my little tool here. I think I saw Nancy at Wishes and Weeds use one of those. I think it was her. This little scraper tool, and it is, I believe it is for when you do the embossing and die cutting. I believe it's kind of a tool for that. I got it in a set for that anyway, and I really like it. I used to use credit cards, but this is a bit more sturdy. So I am yes, I am quite happy about that. I love it. So I am going to put the lid on the glue. And what I always do when I have glued in my end papers, so that it won't, because if I lay it like this to dry, this page will get all wobbly, and I want it to dry, and I want it to dry shut, because I just want it to dry shut. So I have this paper bag thingies, and I received something in mail, and I put them in like so. And then I go and put this in under a bunch of books, so that it dries nice and flat. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pause you, and I will be right back. I'm back. And the book is now under a pile of big books, so it's gonna dry. So let's move on to the next one. We have the big Christmas journal here. Well, not big size-wise, but thick. This one has 15 signatures. And I believe last time I counted, I'm just gonna double check this because I wrote it down. It's about 360 pages so far. So that's a big book. And yeah, Christmas themed it is. So I have collected all my pages, and I have started working on some pockets and flip outs and stuff and decorations. So it's coming along nicely. I thought I would, I love this. This is onion skin paper that is tea dyed, or some coffee paper, and it has the number 25 on it, so I thought that would be quite suitable. And here I put I made this pocket yesterday in my Use It to Lose It. It's a double pocket. Let me just get something to try to... Don't I have any tags out here? I just want to show you. I can use one of those. So up here is a pocket, and here is a pocket. And if you flip the page, here is a tuck spot, big one, and another pocket. Yes, so that's something that I made yesterday. And yeah, I think I am going to put these signatures in the book press, actually, and then I will continue to work on pockets and flips and stuff. But it's quite it's fun to work on this big book, because it's a little Santa, because yeah, I don't usually do them this fat. I have to iron this little hanky, but I thought it would be cute to have it there and stick it down a bit. All kind of stuff here. Scrapbooking paper and book pages, but not from this book because that was way too thin. So the only thing I have used there is I have used, here for instance, this is the first page of the book, and it was so thin that I just used it, the blank sides pages, to cover other text pages, so that we have even more journaling space in this chunky monkey of a book. So that's something I'm working on. All kind of stuff. There's postcards. There's, not postcards, Christmas cards. Lots of stuff. Fun. So you will see more of this. And this one is called Anna, because her name is Anna Landgren. It's called Anna, actually, which is the Swedish pronunciation of the word, of the name Anna. Anna. So that's her name. And I also have, this is so fun, because her, as I said, Anna Landgren. And I found also in my stash from the same place, I found this. And this is her as an old lady, and that's her daughter. Isn't that just great? It says here, Anna Landgren med dotter. I think that's just adorable. It just has to go in this book. And this is Anna's Christmas book. Yes. I have so much fun stuff here to put in the book. In the journal, I have little bags, and I have Christmas cards, and I have so much stuff. And that will be fun. But there's always a but. Since the other journal, the Caroline, is almost finished, and this one won't need extremely much more work, just a few days, I thought that I would actually start one more Christmas journal this year. And I am toying between two books. I'm not toying, I am choosing between two books. One is this, Toilers of the Sea by Victor Hugo. And this, as you can see, has been in a library. It's been quite, the spine is not in very good condition. It's been standing in the sun probably, and it's been bleached. But I just love this cover, and I thought I could use my die cut machine to cut out something nice and have here. I think it's really cute. And this has been from the same library as, this one. Saint Mary and Saint Anne. And they are given by Miss Muriel, both of them. That's interesting. So this Miss Muriel gave lots of books to the library, it seems. That's their ex libris. I love that one as well. Doesn't it have date? I am going to see if I can find a date. Nothing there. Ooh, there's a little label down there as well. What does that say? The House of Andrews, noted for book, stationery, fancy and leather goods, established 1808 in Durham. They were probably the seller of the book. The bookseller. Printed in Great Britain. Well, no. No date. I have to check that up in the on internet to see if I can find a date. Yeah, so that's one option of my next Christmas journal. And wait till you see in the next one. If this is small and dainty, this one is not. Did you hear the thud? The thud when I put this down. This is a big book. It's a really big book. I believe this was given as a gift, as a wedding gift to someone, and then it somehow ended up in the thrift store. This book is 12 inches by 9 inches, and it is 2 inches wide. So it's lovely gilding here. And when I saw this, it was lying in my bookshelf on the side, and I just saw that it was quite red. It's not the bright red, it's more of a brick red. And I saw the gilded text here on the spine, and I thought, what if I put a Santa Claus here instead? And then I picked it up, dusted it off, and I realized this gilded frame here is begging to be a Christmas journal. So I have a few options for this one. Cover it with a big image, maybe a religious one, or make a die cut of something and put here. And yeah, it's a big one. It's not extremely old, it's vintage, and it's from 1966. So, and the pages are quite shiny, but you can still write on them. And the thing with this one is that this is Uno Carlsson and Annette Carlsson, and they were married in 1965. And it all says here, and that's their image, the photo of their wedding day. And then it's like a story, history of marriage and church and different traditions, and how to maintain the marriage and how to what to do when you're married. Excuse me, I believe there was some dust in here. So it's all kind of different stories in the front, a big bunch of them like this. Then there is, it's like a story of everything that happened in Sweden and in the world from 1900 to 1965. So it's like a Christmas chronicle. Here's a chronicle, and here's the gentleman's fashion. We have ladies driving a car and so forth, and all kind of interesting and not so interesting facts. As you can see, quite a lot of it. And then in the end, there's some, it's like filling in pages. This is a memory book, and this paper is amazing, and it's really nice quality. So the memories from the engagement, from the wedding, what flowers you had, who are the guests, did you get any telegrams, the wedding dinner, everything, photos, and then you can fill out your family tree. and you write down your siblings, and yeah, you know, you do a bit of genealogy. And here is about your kids, children, what date, what time your child was born and when it was baptized. And for many children, and our grandchildren you can fill out. And then there's a guest book where guests can fill in, and that is many pages, and those will get back in the book. So yeah, this one is craving to be a big Christmas book, and I do not think I can finish this year, but I can start it. And this one can be a small Christmas book, but I don't know which one to start. Can you please help me? Big book or small book? Give me your opinion down below. Should I start the one that can be a real Christmas chronicle book for a family? Or should I start the small one that can be a cute little Christmas book for just maybe one Christmas? This won't be many signatures. It's got an inch spine, and it is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So it's quite small. It can fit in this one quite easily. So give me your opinion down below what you think, and I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet little craft with me video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps my channel to get shown with the algorithms on YouTube. I will be back soon, as I said, with more craft with me. So I have this big book to complete, go through the signatures. I have to put all the ephemera into the other book that I just finished, and then it will be a flip through of that one. That could be the next video. A flip through, or I will start one of those, or I will work on these. So thank you all so much for being with me today. I really enjoy having your company, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Bye.